Hello, this is not a spring chicken. Yes, we are getting ready. Oh yes, it is Academy Award week, but meanwhile, did you know that Obama is getting just what he wanted? Just not like he wanted. In fact, if you've looked at the price of gas lately, oh yeah, he's getting his increased gas prices. Oh yeah, amidst a few problems with the unions and the Middle East, and I guess that's just how it works. Well, for now, we're going to bring Oldecam on with comments on the headlines of today. Because of Bush and the Republicans, gas headed to $5 a gallon.
They said, well, because Bush made such a disaster in the Middle East that Obama has not been able to correct his disastrous. No, he saved all of those countries in the Middle East. The Middle East is falling under his daddy, Barack Hussein Obama. Isn't that amazing? The guy that can talk, I can deal with the Muslims. They said he's done absolutely nothing right so far. Nothing. Except piss off everybody.
And it's all over for the Republicans as the people's support for unions grows.
I know. I love this one. That the Republican Party will cease to exist as a political party because the people know that they're trying to destroy the unions in this nation. And then I heard one of the leaders of the Independents said, that's what, yeah, that's all he said. They're trying to destroy the unions. Well, because they almost, okay, they said 3 out of every 4 union workers work for governments, and it's their pension plans that are busted every state. The states that aren't busted are the ones that don't have collective bargaining for the union people.
Neither side budging in Wisconsin union fight political effect.
Well, yeah, they said, they're hoping, we expect that 3 Republican senators will come to their senses. No, the guy ran. I listened to Bob Beckel last night, and I guess somebody called him an a-hole on the air, some woman. He said, if the difference between you and me is that I actually can read and you can't. The man ran on that platform completely. They're all saying, well, the unions gave in to all his demands, and he didn't run on this. And they said it's right there in the thing about the collective bargaining in his platform. They knew all summer long this is what his platform was running on, and then it comes as a surprise in February. Yeah.
I guess they didn't read it, huh?
Yeah.
A driving question for Colorado marijuana users.
Well, yeah, here's the trick, which I keep telling people. Driving under the influence of anything can cause a traffic accident. If they legalize marijuana and say it's no worse than a cigarette, and you kill somebody driving under the influence of marijuana, which the feds say is a federal offense, you've got a problem in Colorado. How would you like to be, here's the trick, how would you like to be flying on an airplane with a guy that's been smoking marijuana?
That's true. White House press denies that Obama has had anything to do with busing in people to Wisconsin.
Other than the fact that all the Twitters say he has, Facebook says he has, and his Barack Obama, www.barackobama.com is the gathering point for all these people that are going.
Oh,
well, no, they said that, okay, what it did is, his new press secretary is a former member, I think he used to work for NBC, and he basically is out of his league already because he can't basically lie convincingly like Gibbs could. Gibbs they thought was a joke. This guy is a member of them. He's a member of the White House press corps that should never have became a press secretary.
Oh, wait a minute. So he had been on the other side with the rest of the press people.
Yeah, and they know that he's not capable. In fact, 2 years.
They know what he can do and not do because he's been one of them for so long.
Yeah, well, he was asked to be when Tony Snow died to take Tony Snow's place under Bush, and he said he couldn't handle the job because he said he would not be able to tell the lies that are necessary for the job. And he's in that problem now.
At least 65 killed as strong quake hits New Zealand.
Oh yeah, the earthquakes are happening more and more. I know why. Okay, the earthquake capital of the United States is Kalinga, California. What?
Really?
Yeah. You know what Kalinga is also known for?
What?
Signal Hill, Beacon Hill, all the oil reserves there. What they do, when you pump the oil out of the ground, it leaves great big cavities and the cavities set. In New Zealand, it's happening all around areas where they basically drug the water wells down so far that you have to have, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. When you take something out, something fills in the vacuum.
Well, now that makes perfect sense, doesn't it?
Well, anybody that's not 20 years old.
U.S. condemns crackdowns on Mideast protests.
Well, okay, it's dictatorships, folks. A dictator, okay. Dictators never go peaceably because they know, like me, okay, Mubarak, they're basically seizing all his assets. So are you now, if you know that your assets are going to be seized, you have no incentive to go peaceably. You're going to fight till the last man is dead now.
And experts predict 50 million environmental refugees by 2020.
Well, because the waters are coming up so high that people on coastal areas are going to they're going to lose their homes and they're not going to have any place to go. And islands are going to be underwater. Well, not really, because as they discovered, the Arctics are not melting like they said they were. Things are just breaking off.
And top GOP budget writer seeks negotiations on cuts.
Well, you know, the Democrats are saying, well, now they've wrote this preposterous budget that nobody realistically thinks can get passed. They'll have to come to us and settle for the president's plan. That's their idea of negotiation. Again, they will have to come to us and settle on the president's plan. That's not negotiations, folks.
And Representative Gifford sends husband birthday wishes via Twitter.
All I can say is, I think it sucks. I mean, this woman is not being seen by anybody, and they keep telling you, okay, I know a guy that got shot in the head. You do not miraculously make recoveries from bullets that are shot in the head. I mean, it took him, okay, he couldn't walk for 6 months, he was pushed around in a wheelchair for another 6 months, and then basically limped the rest of his life. And, you know, he stutters, he has eye problems, headaches, but she's making recovery. Basically, textbooks don't even have recoveries like this.
And Schumer in recess, Senate working on budget issue.
Yeah, the Democrats are. They're not working with the Republicans again. They're formulating their budget. And it will be the budget that will be passed because it is closer to the president's budget. You know, so once again, the Republicans control the House. They control almost every state house in the country and most of the governorships. Democrats control the United States Senate and the presidency, but they're going to run the country.
Delta plane engine fails over Florida, forces emergency landing.
Well, I've been on planes. So actually, I was on a plane going to Hawaii that basically, I ended up on 4 planes going to Hawaii. The first plane didn't make it off the runway. The second plane landed in Los Angeles before it got to Denver. The third plane never got out of Denver, and the fourth plane was burning electrical fumes when we landed in Hawaii.
Thousands flee as volcano erupts in the Philippines.
Yeah, and here's the trick is, you know, Al Gore doesn't like the fact that that one volcano is spewing more pollutants into the air every day than all of the automobiles in the world are doing in a year. Isn't that amazing? The problem with the atmosphere is volcanic activity is changing everything, not automobiles.
Winter storm alerts stretch 1,800 miles across the U.S.
Yeah, another major storm. And once again, Al Gore said it's because of global warming.
When oil rises as Libya violence prompts Middle East supply concern.
Well, just a few minutes ago, it hit $104 a barrel.
Ouch.
Yeah, so that's a disaster. And the North Sea Brent is $124 a barrel right now, so it's bad.
News crew attacked, reporting on shooting.
Yeah, this is the United States.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're reporting on a shooting in Oakland, I think, and they got attacked for covering the story.
Are you? Yeah. Oh, and planet could be unrecognizable by 2050.
I know. We've done this one before, but they revised it yesterday. They said it will be worse than what they originally figured because of George Bush and the Republicans. But only Obama has the ability to save our nation before it's too late. This was put out by people that are associates of Barack Obama.
Yeah, who would have guessed that?
Yeah.
Trying brain pacemakers to zap psychiatric disease.
Yeah, that one I couldn't. That one, you know, pacemakers, you know, now if you live, you die. So, actually, if you live, you're stupid. That really makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Whatever saves you is bad for you. It means your system isn't supposed to work anymore, and it's just shutting down.
Oh, really? That's what that means?
Yeah.
And 50 million environmental refugees by 2020, experts say.
Yeah, the experts also say that, you know, the moon is made of green cheese once also.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
And a Monty Bubbleism from the Mark Twain and the Animal Kingdom.
Okay, for all of those press talking about what's going on in Wisconsin, I refer to them through the words of America's greatest president. We won the election, we make the rules.